information station and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman, and joining us in this segment, I've got Sasha Young. Sasha is the superintendent for the Central A&M School District. Sasha, it's great to see you in person. How are you today?
Same to you. It's nice to be here. Thanks.
It is nice to be in person, and I've always enjoyed talking to you by phone, but just a little different on the personal side of things. And well, the last time we talked, school hadn't quite started.
Correct.
Now it's started. So I'm wondering, what can you tell us about the new staff as we make our way into like back to school night and that first day back?
So on Monday, we welcomed back our teachers. We have 2 new administrators, as we talked about, I think back in June, we talked about our new principals. We have 10 new teachers to our district. We brought in 4 new paraprofessionals who will help students in the classroom with some extra needs, just extra support. And we brought on 2 new custodians at our Mowequa campus. So at our back to school luncheon, we introduced all the new staff to the rest of the faculty and staff. Lunch was provided by Bill McKinney, a local insurance guy in A&M District, and Camp, who are the Central A&M promoters that help with all things sports and merchandise. So then Tuesday, we brought our kids back half a day, and it was a great day. Like, all of the kids were excited. Everyone was kind of interested in meeting new people and meeting our new staff. It does seem like we brought on a lot of new people, but with retirements and people who just make life changes and move and or just decide, maybe it's time to try something else, start a new career. We had a couple of those this year. So it was exciting. Back to school night on Monday night was a great turnout. I believe at all campuses. I've talked to all the principals, and they thought that parents had a lot of good questions. There have been a couple of changes to how we do like dismissal or parent drop off and things like that. And all of that was communicated to our families. So I think we're ready to go. Today's our first full day in with students, and everyone has a smile.
Well, I figure the kids probably do, because a lot of schools started last week. And so you gave them a little bit of extra bumper there.
We were building our calendar, and I worked closely with our union when we built that calendar, and nobody really wanted to start last week when we built that calendar. So it was fine by me. Last week kind of felt early to us. So we jumped in full steam ahead this past Monday. So
I'm all for the more sense of normalcy. That's what I was used to. I was used to kind of this week, or maybe even a touch of next week. But so Monday night has the back to school night.
Yes.
And you mentioned a luncheon as well that was in there.
Yes. We provide Bill McKinney and Camp provide lunch for all of the staff on that first back to school day. It was catered by Bricks out of Assumption, and a great meal. It was a great opportunity for teachers to see each other, especially if they're in different buildings, catch up. And then we had a few different speeches and housekeeping things that need to be said every year. And then our board member, Chris Just, always comes and gives a little bit of a motivational speech, if you will. He's a retired teacher. He taught Spanish at Central A&M for a long time, and now he serves on our board. So it's nice to have him come and just speak for a few minutes.
Kind of motivate, draw something from the folks there. So Monday, we just kind of got the teachers and students back in the building with the back to school night. Then Tuesday, we had our first day. It was a half day. Lunch is served. And then now today, we're in the thrall.
We are full in.
We are all in. So today being that first day back to school, much more normal. I like it. So with that first day back, all the summer worries, all those concerns, they're out the window now.
They are. There's no time to worry about what didn't happen or what didn't get done, right?
And so now we got to just get the school year taken care of.
That's right. We had some summer projects that were delayed due to rain or storms and things like that are just kind of gearing up and starting in our buildings. So we're going to ask for patience from our teachers and our students and even our community. Part of our high school parking lot right now is blocked off because we have guys on the roof finishing up a project that was delayed due to rain and storms and stuff. So
it seemed like we had a lot of rain.
It's an interesting start to a school year. Usually we have projects completed, right? The door project that I've talked about in the past is just getting ready to start. Lead times on exterior doors is a little bit longer in today's world and things like that. So we're going to be doing that through probably most of the first semester, but with as little disruption as possible.
And I think you'll find a way to make that happen.
Yeah.
And new staff, the 4 paraprofessionals, 10 new teachers, 2 new custodians. You got a bunch of new folks, new faces, but new ideas that come with that.
New opportunities.
Yep. And those summer projects, hey, we're going to get them done. They just need a touch more time there. There's one other thing that you had mentioned to me that is kind of new or newer this year that we're bringing about, student mentoring and bringing the community to be able to do that. I'd like to hear more of about that. So
last year during some of our strategic planning meetings that we have them about once every other month. And we talk about academics, we talk about facilities, we talk about things that we think will make us a better school district. It's not always just planning a new building or planning a project. It turns into whatever the need is at the time. And it was brought up that it would be nice to bring in adults from our community to meet with some of our students who might need a mentor or might need someone in their life to help them, either just kind of listen, coach them, help them with their homework, just kind of be an extra person in their life that they can turn to. So we started talking about that. I would say it was probably like early spring, late winter, early spring. And that's kind of a project I've been working on this summer, organizing that, figuring out what that looks like. And I'm going to start making phone calls now that school's back in and we can focus on, the kids are back in, so we can focus on something else right now. I'm going to start making phone calls to people whose names have been given to me as possible mentors or coaches or, helpmates for some of our students. We're going to focus on grades 6 through 12 right now. Because I think that we see that there becomes more of a need for trusted adults as kids get older, right? And so, yeah, I mean, if you're listening and you're up for a cold call, it's probably coming your way just to see if you want to help out.
It's a cold call, at least from a friendly person that's not trying to sell them on something. So student mentoring, I love the idea. I love the grade range as well, because in 6th grade, you're going through a lot of changes, not only physically, but mentally too. Yeah. And you could really use somebody outside of your parents or family members or even friends that are able to provide that for you. In your mind, is that going to be like a night of the school week, or is that going to be something where you kind of meet on a basis?
Ideally, the plan is that it would be something that, teachers would recommend students for, and then work with the parent angle to try to get parent permission and figure out what that looks like. And then we'll match the student with an adult. And we'll kind of control all those things that go into matching, making a good partnership. And then it would potentially happen during the school day where it's more of a controlled environment. Now, part of the plan is if this adult from the community builds a relationship with the family and with the student, like they could potentially show up at a ball game and support their student mentee. It just kind of, we'll just kind of see where it goes. My understanding is something similar to this happened in the past, and it kind of fell away with COVID because we were keeping people out of the school buildings to try to keep the spread, right? So we'd like to bring it back. We miss it. I think they saw the fantastic nature of it when it was going on. And so it's something we're going to try to revive.
And we want to talk about something else that we want to revive here in a minute. But I think this would be fantastic. Not only if the teacher kind of recommended it as well, got the parent on board, but you get the right people in the right position for it, then it's going to mean that much more. Cool to know that it was something that was done, but also something that needs brought back at this point too. So the one other thing that you'd mentioned to me, talking kind of the school side of it, the curriculum side of it, 8 students are registered for the Heartland Tech Academy. This is the first I know about the Heartland Tech Academy with Richland Community College. So I'd love to know more about it. 8 students, that seems like a healthy number.
It is.
But what exactly is that looking like for those students?
So Heartland Tech through Richland gives our students and students in the area, so they work with most of the schools in Macon County. We are blessed to be a part of it because it's part of our district. If our students go to community college, Richland is our district. So we allow juniors and seniors to sign up for some trades classes or for some. We have an early education type program through Heartland for kids who are interested in maybe going into teaching. They can dabble in that as a junior or a senior. They have cooking classes. They have a full-on cafe that kids can work their way into working in the cafe. It's during the school day, so students would sign up for it, and they miss a chunk of the morning to do that. We bus them up there, we bring them back, and then they finish their high school traditional day after they come back. We have welding. I think there's like an apprentice for like HVAC, kind of let them dabble and see if that's a trade they want to go into. It's a really cool program for high school students to explore what their options are after high school.
And what I like about it, there's so many options, but you only hear about the one.
Yeah.
College.
Yeah.
It's college. It's university. And so knowing that, hey, there are so many other possibilities out there. Not only are they out there, but now you get a test of them. You get a try at them. And I think that'll be a big deal. So, and also with that being in the district for Richland Community College as well, I think that'll be a great deal. So the Heartland Tech Academy, we talked a little bit about student mentoring, summer projects that have been delayed, but they're still in the works right now.
They're still happening,
And back to school here in the month of August with Sasha Young, Superintendent of Central A&M. And we'll be right back around with Sasha to talk more, especially about the fall athletics side. We got an exciting piece to share with you in just one moment on WTIM.
WTIM. This is Nicole Maloli with People's Bank and Trust, where customers have one consumer banker who knows them and provides the right financial services to achieve their financial goals. Your consumer banker is your single source for life's financial needs, from checking to consumer loans, from retirement accounts to mortgage loans, and everything in between. Call me at 888-PBT-1954. Bank with People's Bank and Trust, so you can spend your time living your life, not explaining it. At People's Bank and Trust, we put people first. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The weather may be warm, but you know what's coming. Yes, winter and all the cold wind and snow. Don't spend another winter shoveling snow. Get on the waiting list now at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living at 705 South Houston. Reserve your slot so that when one is available, you don't have to fight old man winter. Stop by and visit with Administrator Tony Clark or give them a call for an appointment at 824-2222. Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, encouraging independence, enriching lives.
This is Bill Pinkston, General Sales Manager at Landmark of Taylorville. It's that time of year again to start making room for the 26 models. Right now, you can save over $10,000 on new Sierras and Silverados. Plus, we have a great selection of newly designed Buicks in stock. With over 400 pre-owned vehicles in our family dealerships, I'm sure we can find something that fits your needs and budget. And we will buy your vehicle even if you don't trade with us. Stop in the Landmark of Taylorville today where you can shop Chevy, Buick, and GMC under one roof. And remember,
you always do better at Landmark. Shop local first.
When we make most of our purchases from local businesses, when we make the conscious decision to support our local communities, more good things happen. They support our schools, sports programs, and nonprofits. Keep our communities thriving. The Miller Media Group and these local businesses encourage you to shop local first. Marty and Donna Davis and all the team members at the McDonald's Taylorville, Pana, and Shelbyville locations. These local businesses and the Miller Media Group ask you to shop local first.
Shop local first. All across the area, shop here first.
Pastor Brian Moore here from Locust Grove Church near Assumption. We are alive and so worth the drive. Find directions to our church and watch our video podcast by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
With over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming weekdays and 2 hours on Saturdays, WTIM AM, FM, and online is your ag information station. Listen by tuning in on air or online and listen to WTIM Ag podcasts anytime.
Your information station, WTIM.
And we're back with the WTIM Morning Show here on your information station, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining us in this segment, I've got Sasha Young, Superintendent of the Central A&M School District. Shared with you what we were talking about before, just everything school side of things. We're going to kind of turn our focus to athletics as we make our way into fall. Sasha, what about fall athletics can you tell us about?
Yeah, so middle school fall athletics are in full swing and have been for a couple weeks. They kind of start before the school year started. High school fall athletics, Thursday night we have Meet the Raiders for high school fall sports. And then Friday we have our week 0 football game against Pana. So high school athletics will be in full swing. This year we had a business reach out to us wanting to kind of sponsor our athletic programs at Central A&M in exchange for advertising. So I did a little questioning and a little research of how things have been done. Tradition and historical information is important to me. So apparently at one time we would advertise businesses on like our baseball fence or our softball field fence. And that kind of fell away and nobody really knows why we've done it. But we've decided that we're going to bring that back as an option. So local companies in Central A&M School District or even outside of Central A&M School District, if they want to sponsor our athletic teams, Raider Athletics, we will be sending information out in the mail for your donation in return for some advertising on our fields, in our gym. We have single year contract options and we have a multi-year contract option. So if you're looking to donate to athletics and public school programs, you'll be getting something in the mail.
And also, you get a little piece out of it.
We
but
do.
you also get to support the community that is supporting you as a small business or a local business. That sponsorship, though, having gone away is interesting, but bringing it back, we're all about kind of taking a look at what we need to bring back right now.
Sure.
And I think that'll be a big deal in terms of just getting some additional names out there, but also some additional dollars towards the athletic programs.
Right.
Is that going to be solely a focus on the high school to start, or is that going to kind of trickle down to the middle school level?
No, it would trickle down as well. We use the same baseball field for high school and middle school baseball. Same with softball. We only have one softball field. So it would be for the entire year of advertising, right? So it would go for middle school and for high school. And the money would go straight into those athletic accounts, which then would free up the money that we spend on those types of things to do other things with.
Yeah, I think that will be a successful program. And I can think of, we were talking before, I can think of multiple businesses right now that I think a sign will be up very soon. Who does somebody need to get in a hold of? Can I contact somebody in particular to find out more?
Yeah, absolutely. So I kind of started it, got it up and running, and then handed it off to Larry Daly, our high school principal, and Sean Hayes, our middle school and high school athletic director. So either of those could be contacted. Their email is just first initial last name @camraiders.com.
And Sean will, I'm sure, take care of you on that end and would be happy to hear from you on your end as well.
Yes.
So there's one other big change that I want to make sure we have time to highlight here, Sasha. That is a change in board policy for homeschool kids, and they are now able to join athletics. What can you tell us on that?
Sure. End? So back in May, we had some families who are in our Central A&M community who choose to do the homeschool co-op, right? And so they were interested in their children participating in some of our extracurricular and co-curricular clubs and athletics. So I did a little research and we started talking to other school districts and what their policies look like. Before May, our policy was pretty much a hard no, right? It was just kind of like you had to be fully registered student to participate in that. Through my conversations with other school districts, it seems that there's kind of a movement with the schools to allow more of your community kids to be a part of things. And so we talked about how Central A&M co-ops with Meridian for soccer, and Central A&M now co-ops with Okaw Valley for football. And we decided as a community, it made sense that we would change our board policy to allow students who live in our district to be a part of some of that stuff. So the policy now reads that they have to register for 1 hour of class on campus for the entire year, not just for the term of the sport, and they can participate in extracurriculars.
As everything we talked about today, I think this will be another great piece. If you need the co-ops already, why not bring in additional kids?
Yeah.
To me, that just makes complete sense.
As it stands right now, we've had, I believe, 5 homeschool students register for high school class. Most of them have registered for Early Bird. I told you earlier, we do have one that registered for a Heartland Tech program. So I think it's great. We're bringing in more students and we're allowing more of our people in our community to participate.
I think it's fantastic. Sasha,
Yeah.
Thank you for your time here today.
You're welcome. Thanks
You
for
got it.
having me.
Of course. Sasha Young, Superintendent of Central A&M School District here on the WTIM Morning Show.
Are in place. President Trump's big, beautiful wall is getting a new look. It's being painted black in order to retain heat during the hot summer months.